What's up guys, Jimmy here, and today I want to talk about the Capcom Cup 11 announcements, and maybe even more importantly, the things that didn't get announced. So, Capcom Cup 11 recently concluded, and we've got a bunch of news about the esports side, which I was very happy about. Things that were finally fixed from Capcom, like the point system. They reintroduced a point system for the upcoming CPT events. So finally, if you're traveling to premier events, you're actually getting rewarded with some points. So this makes it so that top players are much more likely to travel to all the premier events. The higher your placement is, the better the likelihood of you actually making it into Capcom Cup. The top 6 players in terms of points will automatically qualify for Capcom Cup, and I think this eliminates one of the biggest issues that we previously had. Things like Mena RD making second place at like every premier event and somehow wasn't qualified for Capcom Cup. I think that happened the first year of Street Fighter 6, and the second year Mena RD happened to qualify really early on. But yeah, that's just an example, you know? People are like, there's something wrong about a player going to a premier event and consistently placing in the top 2 or top 3 or 4 and not making it into Capcom Cup. So it's a nice change. Capcom also announced a 3-year-long partnership with the Esports World Cup, so Street Fighter 6 is going to be there as a title, guaranteed for the next 3 years, which is nice to see. It's also officially part of the Capcom Pro Tour now, so if you win the Esports World Cup, not only will you get some money, but you also qualify for Capcom Cup 12, which is really nice to see. One thing that is a bit odd though about the qualification process is the fact that you qualify for the Esports World Cup by winning a premier event in the upcoming Capcom Pro Tour season, but winning a Pro Tour event, like a premier event, will automatically qualify you for Capcom Cup. So there's going to be quite a number of players at the Esports World Cup who are already qualified for Capcom Cup. So I guess that's a bit odd. But yeah, that was basically it in terms of announcements. So people were actually quite confused because we were expecting at least a teaser for Elena, but that did not happen. One of the reasons why we were so sure there was going to be something about Elena was last year, before Capcom Cup, there was an announcement that there was not going to be any content, any gameplay, any teaser whatsoever for, well, actual content regarding Street Fighter at Capcom Cup. Instead, we clearly knew it was solely going to be an announcement regarding the esports side, and Capcom did not do that this year. So we had high hopes there was going to be some kind of announcement in terms of content. Another reason why we thought there was going to be an Elena trailer is the time frame for this 3rd season. I mean, Capcom has announced that EVO Japan will be the first Season 3 Capcom Pro Tour premier event. So Elena has to come out before that, right? EVO Japan 2025 will be held in early May. And that's not too long, that's 2 months from now. And like, how long are they going to wait before they announce Elena, show her off, show the gameplay trailer? Usually there's going to be quite a bit of time that passes when you first show a character before you release it. I'm not quite sure what Capcom is thinking here, especially considering Elena is the final Season 2 character, and as I said, in 2 months we will be competing at EVO Japan with the Season 3. Like, I mean, Capcom has to release her at least 2 weeks before that in order for the character to even be eligible for playtime at that tournament. So it's just odd. Like, the perfect moment to announce something like Elena or to show something would have been at Capcom Cup. So when Capcom Cup concluded, I was left confused because I was really expecting a lot more in terms of content. But maybe my expectation is just really off because I'm expecting everything to be announced or shown or done before Season 3 starts. Maybe Capcom has some weird plans of giving us a really big content drop after EVO Japan. I'm not quite sure what to think at the moment because from my point of view, Capcom does not have a lot of time to give us content. And the one time that they could have shown us something, they didn't. So what's up with that? When is Elena actually going to get released? Is she even going to get released before Season 3 starts? At this point, I think that's not even out of the window yet. Like, I think that would be absurd if you release Season 2 content within a completely different season. I mean, isn't that... I think that's just odd. Like, you can't do that, right? So they have to release her before that? Who knows? But even if you do that, like, why not just show her off? You must have been finished by now, or close to finished, in terms of character design and everything. They could have just shown us the world tour stuff for Elena. They must have already finished that, right? And they didn't. So yeah, maybe it's just my expectation being off. Maybe Capcom has completely different plans. I mean, a couple of weeks ago, we did get a weird announcement from Capcom regarding content, and I do want to read this out to you in its entirety because it's so odd. So this is what Capcom had to say a couple of weeks ago. Thank you very much for all the support in playing Street Fighter 6. The team is working hard on delivering new experiences, and we would like to inform you about some upcoming content plans. We've seen the requests from the community and would like to share that we've been working on new Fighting Ground character outfits since last year. However, please note it's difficult for us to release every character outfit all at once due to the amount of time it takes to develop them. We plan to begin releasing them gradually starting this summer. Regarding future fighting passes, we've been reassessing their contents and the frequency of their release, and we'll be making changes starting in year 3, with the goal of increasing the amount of items within each fighting pass that can be used in Fighting Ground. Rest assured, we will continue to put our best efforts into ongoing development and service operations for Street Fighter 6. Thank you so much for the continued support. Sincerely, the Street Fighter 6 development team. Now, when they released this statement, I honestly wanted to make a video on the spot just about this one tweet, about this one picture that they shared, because I think it's extremely absurd. Like, Capcom is expecting us to believe that... Just keep in mind, the last time we've seen like costumes for the characters in Street Fighter 6 was in December of 2023. Let that sink in for a second, okay? It's been almost 1.5 years at this point since we've seen the last released outfit for a character. And Capcom is telling us that not only does it take long to develop those outfits, they are so far behind and they take so long that starting in summer, which is beyond 1.5 years after the last content drop, they can't even release all of the outfits at once because they couldn't finish them in time. Think about what they're actually suggesting, what they're actually expecting you to believe. They're expecting you to believe that around 10 costumes, let's say they can make the half of the costumes, right? They can make 10 costumes and it's gonna take them about 1.5 years to do that. And that is somehow plausible. That makes a lot of sense, right? I mean, who are they trying to fool here? I mean, this is such a nonsensical statement. I can't even believe they're saying this. Like, it's such a blatant lie. Like, either you have a team that is actively developing for the game right now, or you don't have a team and nothing is being developed right now. And it looks to me like there's nothing being developed right now outside the Avatar stuff. They have a team for that, by the way. I mean, the Avatar stuff, there's people working on that. There's nobody working on outfits at the moment at Capcom. I can assure you that. Or maybe they just started developing. I don't know. It's absurd. Like, there's no way anyone can tell me that it takes 1.5 years to make a couple of costumes. Like, seriously. Like, you can develop an entire game during that time a Capcom takes to make a couple of outfits. I don't... Like, what's going on? Am I the only one confused about that? Like, what is Capcom suggesting here? To end this video on a bit of a positive note, I'm seriously hoping still that Capcom is just holding back a ton of content so they can release a proper new version of Street Fighter 6. There have been so many complaints about the gameplay side of Street Fighter 6, and really since release of the game, Capcom hasn't dramatically changed anything about the game. So people constantly complain about drive rush, obviously throw loops, a bunch of other stuff. The game mechanics in general, perfect parry, people hate perfect parry. It would be so nice if Capcom could just, like, let me know at some point, hey, surprise, we don't actually need 1.5 years to develop a couple of costumes. We took that time to make you Super Street Fighter 6. It's a brand new version of the game. It has double the cast, and it's got brand new stages, brand new mechanics. The game is overall Like, it's a completely new experience, you know? If Capcom did that, now that would be amazing, right? So something inside of me wants to believe that is the case, especially because Street Fighter 6 has been such a massive commercial success. It deserves this kind of support. But so far, and really this is not me exaggerating, so far out of Street Fighter 4, 5, and 6, Street Fighter 6 has had the least amount of content by far compared to those three generations of Street Fighter games. And it just doesn't make any sense to me. I'm trying to just understand what Capcom is thinking, like what is actually happening with the game. Is there something being developed right now? Is Capcom actively working on this game? Are they holding back content so they can give us a new package, which I'd be happy for, but I'm just so confused. I don't have a good feeling for what is going on with the game at the moment. I mean, let me know in the comments, what do you think about this topic? Because I feel like there are some people who are really optimistic about what is going to happen within the next couple of years with the game, and there are others who are extremely pessimistic, and I can't choose which side I should be on. I feel like Capcom has to support this game. They have shown they're willing to do that. They're working with the Esports World Cup to deliver the next 3 years of Street Fighter experiences there. Surely you have plans to support the game, right? It's just so odd because Capcom has not been communicating, they have not been releasing the content that a lot of people have been looking for, and it's just leaving me confused. But yeah, guys, let me know in the comments, what do you think? Are we gonna get Super Street Fighter 6 surprise possibly after EVO Japan sometime in summer? Because at this point, if they had Super Street Fighter 6 in mind, they would have announced it at Capcom Cup. I mean, I think that's pretty clear, right? Or maybe not, I don't know, maybe in April, before, like 2 weeks before EVO Japan, there's gonna be a surprise announcement and immediate release. Who knows? Let me know any and all thoughts in the comments below. Thanks a lot for watching, take care, and I'll see you soon.